Why do gamers hate female protagonists? Well, that's actually the wrong question, because no one really hates female leads. What gamers actually hate are poorly written characters that exist for politics instead of purpose. So the real question is, why are so many modern female leads getting so much hate? Well, there are 4 big reasons for it. I'll also break down what actually makes a female lead work, because I'm not here to just hate blindly. There's a lot that I genuinely liked in the Ghost of Yotei gameplay reveal, but there are some red flags that point to a much bigger problem. There are video chapters for easy viewing. Let's dive in. First, Ghost of Yotei gameplay looks amazing, and while I still believe that it won't live up to Ghost of Tsushima from a story point of view, it will definitely surpass it gameplay wise. Sucker Punch doubled down on the stuff the fans loved. Oh yeah. The combat, the exploration, the world design, everything looks way more refined. But despite all that, many gamers still want the game to fail. And to no one's surprise, Atsu, her actress, and the writers are one big reason for that. And to be honest, I don't blame the gamers. When you've been burned enough times, you learn to keep your guard up, especially when your favorite character gets gender swapped or replaced for obvious reasons, which I'll get into later. I mean, just imagine if you got Lara Croft in Tomb Raider instead, or Aloy in Horizon Forbidden West. It just feels wrong, doesn't it? And it's not just one game. It's a pattern that's been growing across the industry. To understand this better, let's take a look at the numbers. Now, it's no secret that a majority of action-adventure RPG players are men. I mean, just look at my channel. I mainly talk about single-player RPGs, and 98% of my audience is men. And what's even crazier is 96% haven't even subscribed. So if you enjoy the videos, please hit that subscribe button. Now, we've had some amazing female-led games in the past. One of my favorite games of all time is Tomb Raider. I love Lara Croft and played the shit out of that game. Now, just for the record, we got Assassin's Creed 3 a few months before it, and you might disagree with me, but I think Connor was a bland, one-dimensional character and I did not like him. And that does not mean that I hate men. Then there's the Horizon series. I love that game, and I can't wait for the next one. I think Aloy is an interesting and believable character, and I'll talk more about her in just a bit. Anyways, back in the day, 8 out of 10 games had a male protagonist, so when a game with a female lead dropped, it actually felt like a breath of fresh air. But these days, it's the opposite, with 8 out of 10 games starring a female or gender-fluid lead. Now the thing is, everything was fine until the industry blew up. Then all these nonsense activists and oversensitive fruity pebbles latched on like parasites, pushing trends nobody asked for, targeting an audience that barely exists, and we all know how that's going. I mean, who's gonna play this? The funny thing is, these games check all the right boxes, yet they still fail miserably. Meanwhile, here's a game where you play as a f***ing monkey. The only good games coming out now are either from passionate smaller studios or Eastern devs who are far away from these creatures. If you're watching this video, you're most probably a gamer. Let me ask you this. Why do you play games? Why do you love gaming? For me, the answer is simple: immersion and escapism. The thing is, there's a huge difference between shows and games. When you're watching a show, you're just a spectator. You're following someone else's story, maybe getting emotionally invested if it's good, but that's about it. Games are different. You don't just watch the story, you live it. You essentially become the character and experience the story on a personal level because you are interacting with the world. And naturally, as a guy, you'll connect more with the male protagonist because on a base level, you understand how he thinks. That's one of the big reasons why games like Red Dead Redemption 2, God of War, and The Witcher 3 are some of the most beloved games of all time. Arthur, Kratos, and Geralt resonated with the audience on a deeper level. Can you really say that about the main characters in most games that came out in the last couple of years? Drop a comment if anyone comes close. Let's talk about why Aloy from the Horizon series actually worked, at least for me. On paper, it's off-putting imagining a small redhead girl taking down giant robot alligators, but the game takes its time to make you feel for Aloy first. She's an outcast from birth, raised in a harsh world where survival is a daily struggle, and she wasn't alone. Ross becomes her father figure and mentor who teaches Aloy how to fight, hunt, and survive. That adds real weight to her story and makes her character actually feel earned. And you might disagree with me, but I think she looks beautiful and she's a genuinely likable character. She's not an insufferable girl boss, she has compassion, she's eager to help those in need, and has a fiery personality you'd expect a young woman to have. What makes her believable is she actually acts like a girl. Simple as that. This is the problem with a lot of modern female leads. They look, sound, and behave like a dude instead of an actual female. And at this point, it's not even about the female leads anymore. It's about what she represents. And you know what a female lead should represent? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. A game should just be a game. A form of art that pulls you into a world you would want to explore. Not a lecture on gender politics or whatever they call it these days. Now, from what we've seen so far, things are not looking good. The concerns I had only got confirmed when the presenter uttered these words.
She's a lone wolf mercenary.
They did not even show much stealth. Something as simple as going prone or more refined hiding mechanics would have made it way more believable, and they should have leaned into that. Instead, they went all in on the flashy combat and how Atsu can easily take down a dozen men. I mean, there's no way in hell this twig-sized woman is swinging that giant-ass blade and taking down guys twice her size. Here, I would actually give some credit to Assassin's Creed Shadows, because with Naoe, the main focus is on stealth. Anyways, just look at how pathetic this scene is.
It's her. Are you lost?
I'm looking for some old friends. The Yotei 6.
First off, she's trying hard to sound badass, and the voice acting is just horrendous.
Tell me what you know about Saito. Atsu.
They could have easily found someone far better to play Atsu, but of course they had to go with this, whatever this is. The second thing is, she walks into a bar full of heavily armed men like it's nothing, then casually asks for the Yotei 6. If this doesn't scream girl boss, I don't know what does. How am I supposed to believe that Andrio is a legend? I mean, how the can you call her a vengeful spirit when everyone knows it's just a woman in a mask?
It's her.
That's not how legends are born. Just look at Ghost of Tsushima. When Jin showed up, they just shouted, "The Ghost!" He wasn't perceived as a man. He became something more, a symbol that haunted his enemies. That's how legends are born. Meanwhile, Atsu's shitting on the whole idea. And on top of that, she also has a bounty on her head, so she's basically a walking target on a personal quest for vengeance while also fending off bounty hunters. Sorry, but only John Wick can pull that off and make it believable. Not this ugly tryhard girl boss. As much as I want to, I'll have a really hard time liking this game. Because if the main character doesn't feel real, earned, and worth rooting for, what's even the point? Anyways, thanks for watching. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed the video. Share your thoughts about the Ghost of Yotei gameplay reveal in the comments down below. Until next time, take care.